welcome back to another video. As y'all can tell by the title, I'm going to be giving y'all some TV show and movie recommendations. The apps that I've been using to like watch stuff on is HBO Max, Netflix, and Hulu. So yeah. I'm not gonna make this introduction super long, but just make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Also subscribe and turn on that post notification so you won't miss out when I post another video. And also check out my social medias that will also be in the description box below. Anyways, let's get into this video. Okay y'all, so as y'all can tell that I moved because I did not like that position anymore. And my face is literally like greasy for some reason. Anywho, let's get into this video. Like I said multiple times, we're gonna start with Hulu because I just be on there often, and really it's not much on Netflix anymore because like every time you turn around,
I'm like, whoa, like hold up, partner.
Something go. So let's start my stuff. The first thing is going to be Good Doctor. Good Doctor is a really good show you guys should check out. It's basically about this surgeon who is autistic and his journey throughout the medical industry and who he meets along the way and how he does and what happened to him and what led him to this point. Basically a drama. I'm actually watching this right now. I'm like on season 1, episode 15. I don't rewatch this so many times, it's ridiculous. Next we have The PJs. The PJs is a really good show. This is Black History Month, so get into it. No, it's like but it's a really good show. Just like if you like animated cartoons like The Simpsons and stuff like that, like if you like stuff like that, this is just like with black people and stuff like that. So if y'all are into shows like that, then The PJs is definitely something you should watch. It doesn't really have a plot. It just like stuff that just happens in this project with these people, and it's just always something ghetto going on. Okay, so the next we have is Fire Force. If y'all are into anime, then y'all gonna like this. But anywho, it's about this boy who has like this demon like fire, and his family burns up by this demon fire creature, and it just all starts from there. And he just is like literally, his motive and drive is driven by his childhood trauma, basically. So if y'all interested in anime, watch Fire Force. You'll love it. I liked it. I watched it all the way through now. So if anything can keep my ADHD stuff together, then it'll keep you together. Next we have I don't even know how you say this, but I'ma just boop. You know what it is. If you know, then you know. But if you don't know, then no. Because then if you don't know and I just told you, then get out. Because now you being bad and hard-headed. But basically it's about this modern high school girl and however you say his name, and they just on this adventure, all types of stuff. And it basically is in Japan, and yeah. I'm still currently watching this right now, so don't even talk. Don't talk. But it's really good. It has about like, let's see, it has 7 episodes, and the first season has 54, so don't judge me. It's too many episodes, and I'm a college student, so. But get into it. Next we have Dip. Next we have Nip Tuck, and it's basically about these 2 men who are surgeons and their family, and like basically they just be going through it. So it's a drama that's set in Florida. They're at a plastic surgeon center, and their names are Troy and Sean also. and they're just going through it. Like, it's a drama and it's a romance, and they're like, one of them having an affair with on their wife, and then the other one, lady is just like a thought, and she just loves sex. Like, that's just what she's driven by. They have a kid together. She done has sex with the person that's selling in the baby stroller and all types of stuff, girl. Like, watch it. It's crazy. You know, if it have anything to do with plastic surgery, them people are vicious. Like, people who get cosmetic surgeries all the time are vicious. Them a different breed. Like, y'all be underneath the knife too often, baby. Might fool around and cut me off with sharp skin. No. But the next one is called For Life. And like I said, this is Black History Month to all my babies. So get out there and watch this show. It's basically about this man who was accused of doing like this, killing this girl or having this girl OD at his club. And he goes to jail the whole time. It wasn't even him, it was the people that he had that was working for him, and he already told them to stop that foolishness, and they didn't. And then, like, you know what I'm saying, they set him up, and now he went to jail, and then he turned into an attorney up in jail, and also was helping other people in there with their cases while also fighting for his own case, which he did win and get out eventually. I'm not going to go too into detail because I done told you too much. So get into it because it's juicy and it's good, and it's really gonna make you mad for real, because like, it's just how they be treating folks. You know what I mean? We're not gonna get into that, but it's how they be treating folks, and we already know how they be treating folks. The next one is Bleach, which is another anime show, and it's really good, to be honest. Like, I'm not even finna sit up here and lie to you. It's good. It's just the only thing about it, there's always a but. Is that the shows are extremely long and drawn out. There's like 26 episodes, and then the first season is 40 episodes off the bat. And then the longest episode on here is about season 4, which has 56 episodes. So it's really long and drawn out in detail. Just so much. Who did this, when, why, where, what, how? You know what I'm saying? They went heavy on that. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. So yeah, get into it. It's good. And the last but not least, let's see, is Numbers. Now, I used to watch this when I was in school because in my math class, because obviously coming out numbers. Let's be corny. But anywho, we used to watch this, and they just using mathematical equations to solve crimes. And I love that. I love math and I love numbers. So hit me up if you need some math help, because I'll help you. My favorite subject is algebra and geometry. So, period. But geometry is like its own vibe. But like, you know what I mean. And then that's it for Hulu. Now we finna move on to HBO Max. Okay. So let's go to my stuff, my list. And the first on my list is Euphoria. You already know. Definitely not gonna get into that because that's one of the mainstream shows that's going on right now. And Euphoria is real good. Ruby, Zendaya. Shout out to Zendaya, because baby, you deserve all the awards. This show, you play way too good. And you know, it's not even the show. You play all the characters that you play good, especially like Shaking Up Chicago. You play her good. And it was a couple other shows you was in too, I remember. But I said I remember, but then saying I can't remember. But you always play her, you know, she always play her characters good. So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, this one, Grammy. Next, we have Something's Killing Me. Something Killing Me is about these medical stories that people be talking about, and sometimes they be talking about them, and they family be talking about them, or the narrator be talking about them because they did. So, or the family might be just talking about it and didn't narrate to talk because they did. But yeah, check that out. It's really good and it's mysterious, and it also talks about the 9/11 if y'all want to get into that too, because it just really just gives you more insight into it, and it'll scare you to death, because then you won't be doing nothing. You'll be sitting at house like I be doing. I don't go to lakes, none of that. Nope, baby, nope. Anyways, the next one is Judas and the Black Messiah. Like I said, Black History Month. Go check that out. It is basically about, let's see, the Black Panthers in a nutshell, and the chairman. Basically, Black Panthers in Illinois. Like, that's basically what it's about. And they just going into detail about it. So yeah. Next we have Watchmen, and that is basically, like I said again, Black History Month. Go check that out. But it's also like a Marvel type of ordeal, like an action movie, superhero, vigilantes, all types of little, you know what I'm saying, little you digs, but it really circulates around like Black culture. So if y'all into stuff like that, it's also a drama. I think it's like, let's see what they got it listed as. Oh, don't say. But yeah, it's really good, and I really feel like y'all should check this out, because if y'all have not checked this out, you missing out. Literally, all of these are gems, baby. I'm dropping gems. Happy Black History Month, baby, because we need to be together. We are unity and united. So come on now. And let's see. That is it for HBO Max. I just wanted to clarify everything. And then the last but not least is Netflix. So the first thing we got is Raising Dawn, which is about this little boy who has these superpowers, and his mom's trying to protect him, to try to figure out what is going on and why do everybody want my son. You know what I mean? Like, my son. Why they want him? Leave him alone. Next is Ozark, which is basically about this financial advisor who drags his family from Chicago to this Missouri Ozarks, where he launders $5 million in 5 years to appease a drug boss. So that basically says what it says. It's about money laundering. And they doing it. They did it too many times, okay? Too many times. Next we got Demon Slayer, and that is another anime. I have not watched this yet, but I was watching it at my friend's house, and the first couple episodes I was watching was pretty good. So I'm not gonna say y'all missing out, but it looked good and it caught my attention, which I continuously kept watching it, obviously, because I'm watching it. I'm going to watch it at home. So that's all I can say. But if you like anime, I'll be a girl. I'll be a girl. Next we got Wentworth. Now this is a TV show, and it's basically like Orange is the New Black, so I'm not gonna really go into detail, but just British, way better. You know what I mean? It's basically the same concept, but just, I would say more crazier. Like, more crazier. But Orange is the New Black was crazy too, so I feel like they neck and neck. Like, they neck and neck. Alright. Next is The Umbrella Academy. This is about these children who have superpowers, and they basically save the world. Like, there's one can go in time. This other one's really strong. They live in this orphanage that their father founded, and he passed away, and they lived with like their robotic mom. But yeah, back to what I was saying. One has telekinesis, the other one has super strength. The other one can go back in time. One of them can talk to the dead. The other one, I'm not sure. I just know he's more like combative. Like I don't know exactly. I don't remember what he did. But anywho, they ended up saving the world, all because they basically was Xing out the sister with the telekinesis, which she was just like, fucking shut up. You know what I mean? She was just going crazy, and she's the reason why the end of the world had happened, because her powers are way stronger than all the rest of them. And I guess their father made it seem like she was just unable to control her because she's just so shy and she's this. And I feel like they should just let her be more expressive with herself instead of like, shutting her in, because that's really what made it. That's really what triggered her. Really what triggered her. Next we have here is 7 Seconds. And 7 Seconds is about the death of a 15-year-old African-American boy in Jersey City. Sets off a police cover-up and search for the truth. So basically it's about this boy that got killed by the police, one of the police officers. And they're like, certain people at the police station know that who did it. And they're just covering it up. And like there's this black lady, and she is like an attorney, or a lawyer. No, she's a lawyer, and she's working with the family to try to figure out what's going on. And then she has her own little story that goes on to that about like her lawyer life and how that's going, etc. So you'll love it. Black History Month again. This is another contributor. Next we have Unbelievable, which is about a young woman is accused of lying about rape. Two female detectives investigate in spite of a similar attack, which inspired by true events. So basically, some dude broke into her house, raped her. Right? They say she lying, that it did not happen. Until it happened again. Not by her, but like it happened to somebody else. So these two detectives go in and they're trying to figure out like who was around her house at that time, what phone was pinging around there, you know what I mean? They eventually get to the bottom of it, but I'm not gonna tell you too much because then I just telling the story. So if you want to know what happens, then you need to check it out. Next we have Fractured, which is a movie, and it is about, well, let me just read what it says. It says, after his wife had an injured daughter disappeared from the ER, a man conducts a panic search and becomes convinced the hospital is hiding something. So basically it's about this man, his wife, and his little girl, and they're going on a trip. They end up stopping at this place. Both of them get hurt, the wife and the little girl get hurt. They go to the emergency room, but he also gets hurt as well. And they all go to the emergency room. The daughter has like a fractured arm, that's why it's called Fractured. Next thing you know, she's going to go get a scan, and then he never sees him again. So if you want to know exactly what goes on, then you need to check it out, because he literally fights for his family. Let me tell you that. He fights for his family. And next we have iZombie. iZombie is a really good show. I literally watched every single episode. I did not miss a beat on this. I binge watched. There's 5 seasons of these, and the episodes are not really long. They're like 13, 12 episodes, depending on which episode, obviously. But it is basically about this doctor girl who works at her name's Liv Morgue, and she worked at a morgue when she turned into a zombie. But at first she was like working at a hospital and stuff like that, I think as a nurse or such. And she then goes to this boat party, and they're on drugs. Next thing you know, they are literally, yeah. So they're literally going to, sorry, somebody texted me and it just threw me off. But anyway, she went to this boat party. Next thing you know, everybody turned to a zombie. As she's trying to jump into the water, somebody scratches her, and then boom, bada bam, she wakes up in a body bag, and then everybody running because now she's a zombie. So yeah. And then last but not least is A Son of Sam. And this is basically about this guy who's named David Berkowitz, and he lives in New York and such like that. And he basically does these sacrifices with these people, and basically about this, which is about him and his cult. And he does like sacrifices and stuff like that. Also like what is it called, snuff videos, which is basically where like they torture people and then sell it on the dark web and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a documentary or whatever, but if y'all are into stuff like that, then you should check that out, definitely. Okay, but that is the end of all of my shows that I want y'all to watch and that I recommend. If you have any questions about these, you can hit me up on my social medias. And also check out my social medias in the description box below. Give this video a big thumbs up. And also turn on that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss when I post a video, okay? Thank y'all for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Goodbye.